Scott, first and foremost, nice to give Eric Comrie a little bit of run support tonight, and he certainly did his part in net.
Yeah, that was good to see. Obviously, we'd talked about it a few times here. Us not scoring goals, but to get up like we did was real good. And then they still got tested. There were some looks that he had come up big, but the boys were pretty excited for him after the game.
Right. Mark Scheifele, was that two different kind of scares in the first period? Because that first one where he looked like he's sort of limping, and then when he left, that was after another shift where that was something else.
Yeah, he just got banged around a couple of times there. So, yeah, the one was a shot, and then the other one got run into. So, yeah, he just kind of had to go and kind of get sort of reset himself and get back out there.
Right. And just on power plays, 16 in the last 12 games coming into tonight. Don't get any till the third, but you do get the 2. So you're not getting quantity, but you're certainly turning them into quality when you do get the chances. I guess knowing that you're not getting a ton, does it become almost more imperative to make the most of the ones that you are getting?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, especially when you're in those real tight games. I don't have the answer for why we've only gotten that many, but at the end of the day, we just have to make sure that it's dangerous every time. And, tonight was really dangerous. And, I'm sure that, there's times where guys get frustrated because when you see the other team, getting on the power play and us not, it certainly is frustrating, especially for our power play guys. But just part of the game, we got to work through it. Just, we can't change that. So.
Dylan Samberg, a lot of minutes tonight, a lot of defensive plays. Eric called him a goaltender's best friend, the way that he plays in defense. In your eyes, why is that? Why is his game something that helps in that regard?
Well, goaltender's best friend because he blocks a lot of shots and he does a great job of getting in lanes. But for me, he's become such a well-rounded defenseman. His skating ability is, and then it's not just going forward. His ability to pivot and his ability to catch people with speed. He does such a great job, with his transition. And then he's grown into the role. He's grown into playing with our top 6. Getting a puck a lot at the top in the offensive zone, and then what is the next play? Whether that's finding his partner or getting the puck down low to those the top guys. He's just he's been a guy that's he's grasped the opportunity of playing in our top 4, and he's earned it, and he's done a great job with it.
That little drop pass he made to Velarde, that's something we're seeing more and more, isn't it? The little.
Well, I think that's all part of the growth too. Like he still has, if you ask him to, he still thinks there's lots of things he can work on to improve his offense. But at the end of the day, he makes those little plays coming out of our end, and so if you can do it at our end under pressure, under a heavy forecheck, it's usually when you get some space in the offensive zone, you feel a little bit more confident doing it.
BK with a clean sheet tonight. What's been going into some recent success there?
Certainly a little bit more emphasis on some things that we want to do. I think that we obviously want to be a little more aggressive and a little bit more strike down, kind of more pressure, and it's just a case of us trying to make sure that we're consistent with how we're doing it, because it's reads. It's the other 3 are reading off the guy that's pressuring, and then for me the other side as well. It's those clears. Making sure that we're not getting extended out. There was a couple tonight, obviously got a little bit long, but when we can get those pucks down the ice, it makes a difference.
You used Kyle Connor a couple of times, Mark Scheifele once, and Connor in particular is knocking down pucks everywhere. What goes into that?
Yeah, well, I think KC's been most of the year. I think that I've talked about Scheif. Tonight, Coop had the penalty. So the right side with Kadri, he's winning lots of draws. In Backlund, that's their 2 centermen on the power play. Their 2 power plays. So it was more about getting the right-handed draw. But it's something we've talked about, and obviously with Adam being out, we've had to use other guys, and a lot of teams seem to want to go to our right side. So it's something that we've done in the past, but haven't really done it much this year. But it's something we can look at.
Last one for me is just who's on your list of rotating A's? It looks like Neil Pionk wore an A the first couple nights, and then Ehlers tonight. And
Ehlers, and then Casey's going to get one.
What stood out to you about how Gabe Velarde has grown into the role on that top line over the last couple of years here since his arrival?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, this year is being healthy, and, he complements those guys extremely well with his ability to hold on to pucks, to get pucks, to win his battles, to get pucks. He's got, we've mentioned a few times, he's got a great vision. He's a good passer. And whether that's coming through the neutral zone, he makes good plays. But then once he gets down around that goal, he's obviously so dangerous. But I really like that shot coming off the wing. He's a goal scorer, and we see a lot of his goals probably 10 feet from the net. But I've seen that one in practice a few times, a couple of times in games where he fires that puck. The goaltender is it's a hard one to read.
And to finishing off a pretty busy stretch of home games, how do you think you handled the block?
Well, all in all, I think we did a great job. I really do. We thought that, when you get that many games in a month, being at home here, you have to take advantage of it, and I thought we did. Now we got to go, we got 5 against the East, so we're going to see kind of a whole different look. But to get through that stretch, sometimes that can backfire, thinking that you're going to have easy games at home, and I like the way, we handle it. There's a couple there that, we would like to have, but at the end of the day, there was a lot of games in our building.
And what'd you think about the third pairing? Obviously, you used them at 4-on-4 a few times, showing some additional confidence in those guys.
Yeah, you know what? We're trying to get, trying to find out what we like, what works. I saw Stan Slapper, his one-timer for the, off the Appleton goal. But to me, it's just we're trying to get, find guys. Obviously, see what works. We're not done yet on the sort of the tinkering back there, but it's different. Stan, in my opinion, needs to be there. We don't have Adam, so for now, that's kind of part of the look that's happening. And I mentioned that Fleur had been out, and had played a lot of minutes for us early on before he got hurt. So it was just kind of getting these guys back up and running, and we have to make sure that all of those guys are being a part of the roster.
Just on Adam Lowry, do you envision, is he going to come with you on the road trip?
Yeah, just as a friendly face.
Okay. You have just the 5 games left before the break. Like, do you envision a scenario where he could return before the break? No?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I don't think so. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Yep.